こんにちは、皆さん。今日、私たちは日本語を勉強しています。質問があれば、私に聞いてください。Greetings, everyone. Today we're studying Japanese. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask me at any time. We're going to continue with Immersion with Card Captor Sakura.
Konnichiwa! 元気いっぱい二重丸、一週間に一度のお楽しみ。元気いっぱい二重丸。
元気いっぱい。
一週間に一度の。こにゃにゃちは元気いっぱい二重丸。
Okay, 二重丸。元気いっぱい二重丸。一週間に一度のお楽しみ。Let's see. So, 1 week. So, in the period of 1 week, one time, and then fun. So, completely Genki, essentially. Brimming with health, vigor, for vitality, okay. Ni Shigemaru. See, he's pronouncing it as...
こにゃにゃちは元気いっぱい二重丸、一週。
Nijumaru. Yeah, this is what he's saying. Need you. Double two-fold, two-layer duplex. Two-fold, but then why would Maru be in that? Double circle indicating very good on a piece. Indicating very good on a piece of schoolwork. Oh, well, they talk about like 100%, aka double circles. Explain the grammar of Okay, so let's see. One time fun and the period of this week. Oh, maybe he's trying to say it's your one time to have fun in this week. Enjoyment. Okay. Delight. So Genki Pie, completely Genki. Or Brit. Then. Okay, so adverbial phrase meaning full of energy or energetically. Genki means energy or vigor. Okay, so Niju Maru, a noun meaning double circles or perfect scores. In Japanese gradients, when scheduling context, a double circle often signifies excellence, perfection, or must-do event. So, ishukan ni ichido no, a relative clause modifying oh yeah, otanashimi. Let's see. Ishukan means 1 week. Okay, ni indicates frequency. So one time or once. No possessive descriptive particle connecting the clause to the noun. Together it translates to that which happens once a week or weekly. So ishukan ni ichido no. So once or one time a week, okay. Otanashimi, a noun meaning enjoyment, pleasure, treat. The prefix is an honorific respectful marker and often used in titles and polite announcements. Overall, the phrase roughly translates to a weekly treat or event done with full energy and perfect score. Or a weekly enjoyment full of energy and perfection, I guess. Perfect. Okay, so it literally describes a recurrent activity like a workout, hobby, or social event that is highly anticipated, performed enthusiastically, and considered the highlight of the week. So, Genki Ippai. Oh yeah, I was going to ask about that kanji. Is this being used as a counter? That little kanji right next to Maru. No, it's not being used as a counter in the phrase. Blah, okay. Blah is a compound noun meaning double circle. 2. The ju suffix meaning layers, fold, or ply can function. While ju can function as a counter for layers, e.g., hitoi, futai, mie, okay, ichiju, niju, okay. In this specific compound, it acts as a noun component describing the structure of the circle. A circle with 2 layers rather than counting separate objects. Basically, a circle in a circle. Okay, so it's describing that, a circle in a circle. So Niju Maru is a circle in a circle, basically, which has an implication of perfection. So, Genki Ippai Niju Maru Ishukan ni Ichido no Otanashimi. or more literally, full of energy of figure, uh, double circled, in a period of time of a week, doing one time fun, or a special treat that's basically a special kind of fun that you only do once a week, that's full of energy and perfection. So, 元気いっぱい20丸1週間に一度のお楽しみ。konnichiwa, Madness12. Genki desu ka? Let's see, Madness12 wa, can you add me on Duolingo toimashita? I actually don't use Duolingo at all. This is just the most logical category to stream under on Twitch. There isn't a better category for doing language studies that I've found other than Duolingo. Yeah, what I've done so far though, I've done Rosetta Stone at first, I've done some Anki, and now I'm doing some immersion training with Card Captor Sakura.
元気いっぱい20丸1週間に一度のお楽しみ。見ればワイも元気にみんなも元気になれるこのコーナー。ケロちゃん元気いっぱい20丸1週間に一度のお楽しみ。見ればワイ
見れば、見れば、ワイも、元気に、みんなも元気に。Let's see. 見れば、ワイも元気に。みんなも元気になれるこのコーナー。So, 見ればワイも元気に、みんなも元気になれるこのコーナー。So, if I look, I'm also genki. Everyone's also genki. And then there's able to become. So if I look at it, I and everyone else is able to become genki. And then they have this corner. What? This corner being used to reference this segment of a show, essentially. Let's see, this segment, just watching it lifts my spirits and gives everyone else a boost too. Oh, that's right. If I watch, I am able to become. That's right, because Genki's attached to T knee, so it's the target, and then Nareru would be able to become the target. So if watched, I am able to become Genki. Everyone is able to become Genki. So this This segment, just watching it lifts my spirit and gives everyone else a boost too. 見れば Y も元気にみんなも元気になれるこのコーナー。Let's see, is there a space between なれる and この？
元気いっぱい二重丸、1週間に一度のお楽しみ。見ればワイも元気にみんなも元気になれるこのコーナー、ケロちゃんに。
Let's see. Is this just the noun placed at the end? Let's see. Explain the grammar of potential. The sentence contrasts two states of being using non-adjective genki, okay? Why mo genki ni? Here the phrase is slightly elliptic. It implies naru meaning to become. Wait. Then minna mo genki ni nareru. Potential conjugation from naru. Be able to become full phrase. Everyone can also become energetic. The shift from simple become implied for the speaker to can become for everyone suggests that the speaker does become energetic and the segment empowers the audience to do the same. Wait. Wouldn't the nareru at the end supposed to apply to both Y and Mina, since this is someone talking? So you raised a valid grammatical point. Logically, the potential nareru could apply to both subjects if the sentence was structured differently. However, in this specific phrasing, the grammar strongly suggests a structural split where the verb changes between the two subjects. Here's why nareru likely applies only to mina and not why. If nareru were intended to apply to both, the sentence would typically group the subjects together for the verb like why mo mina mo genki ni nareru, meaning both I and everyone can become energetic. Instead, the sentence inserts genki ni after why mo. So the particle ni after genki typically marks the result of a change. When paired with the verb naru, since nareru since nareru at the very end, the first clause, why mo genki ni, is grammatically incomplete without an implied verb. The most natural interpretation is naru, to become, is implied, and elided there for rhythmic effect. The shift in verb forms creates a specific rhetorical effect common in Japanese catchphrases. Why mo genki ni, with naru being dropped, I become energetic. Okay, the speaker asserts their own energy as a guaranteed result. Mina mo genki ni nareru, everyone can become energetic. Potential invitation. The speaker offers the possibility or ability to the audience. If the speaker used nareru for both, I can become energetic, it would weaken their persona. They want to sound like they are already bursting with energy while inviting the audience to join in that state. Parallel structure with different endings. Okay. The sentence uses the parallel structure of A mo X, B mo Y, but varies the predicate to distinguish speaker's experience from the audience's. Subject 1 plus adverb energetically, okay, plus implied verb become. Clause 2, okay, subject everyone. Oh yeah, subject adverb energetically. Explicit verb can become. Okay, so it wants to be treated more like
に一度のお楽しみ、見ればワイも元気にみんなこにゃにゃちは元気いっぱい二重丸、一週間に一度のお楽しみ、見ればワイも元気に。
So if you watch, okay, I become energetic, and then I become energetic, and everyone else has the potential to become So if you watch this corner, oh, maybe that's how it's grammatically worked for this. What type of corner in it is this? It is the type of corner where if you watch, okay, this whole clause I think is describing corner. So it's the kind of corner that if you watch, I become energetic and you have the potential to become energetic. Is the entire phrase before kono a descriptor for kona? Entire corner plus not. Okay, the relative clause. This whole segment acts as the description. It answers the question, what kind of corner is it? Little translations. If you watch, I become energetic and everyone can become energetic. The head noun, kono konna, meaning the corner of this segment. Unlike English, which places the descriptor after a noun. Okay. Okay, yeah, so the whole thing is a descriptor for corner. So basically this is the corner where if you watch, I become energetic and you are able to become energetic. Or mireba wai mo genki ni, mina mo genki ni nareru kono konna.
一週間に一度のお楽しみ、見ればワイも元気にみんなも元気になれるこのコーナー、ケロちゃんにお任せのコーナーの始まりや。元気にみんなも元気になれるこのコーナー、ケロちゃんにお任せのコーナーの始まりや。 コーナーケロちゃんに
ケロちゃんにお任せのコーナーの始まりや。Okay, so this is the beginning of the segment. Leave it to Kiro-chan, or Konna, as they refer to it in Japanese, from the English word corner.
見ればワイも元気にみんなも元気になれるこのコーナーケロちゃんにお任せのコーナーの始まりも元気になれるこのコーナー
Yeah, this is the beginning of the segment. Leave it to Kiro-chan.
ケロちゃんにお任せのコーナーの始まりや。ほなみんな気合い入れてレッツラゴーのコーナーケロちゃんにお任せのコーナーの始まりや。ほなみんな
ほなみんな let's see, 気合い入れてlet's see, let's go Kiai, fighting spirit. Yeah, that's like matching and then spirit. Those are those kanjis. So, spirit, motivation, effort, or mind. You could think of that matching and mind. So, let's see, shout for getting in the right mood to deal with something, etc. A shout for getting into the mood. Let's see, fighting spirit. Short shout when performing an attack. It's an attacking move. Like the Hadouken. So, kiai. Let's see, ireru would be to place in. Because this is transitive, yeah. So place in. Hey, everyone, place in the right spirit. Let's go. Let's see. So let's get pumped up and go for it. Let's see, to put in, to let in, to take in. So basically placing something in, whether it's in something else or in yourself, I get. No, wouldn't it be intransitive if you're doing it in yourself, though? Let's see. In other words, it means something like, let's get into the right, let's place the right spirit in, essentially. Or in other words, let's get into the right spirit. Hona minna kiai irete, let's go.
元気になれるこのコーナーケロちゃんにお任せのコーナーの始まりや。ほなみんな気合い入れてレッツラゴー。今週はさくらの身近な小物の総特集や。
今週はさくらの
さくらの身近な小物の総特集や。レッツラゴー。今週 週はさくらの身近な小物の総特集。
今週はさくらの立ちだじずでyeah. So 身近な near oneself, close to one, familiar. So this is sort of like talking about the self, and this is near. So near oneself, when, in other words, close to one. Okay, so mijina komono, accessories, small articles, minor characters, small fried weak one. Okay, I think he means more like side characters or minor characters. So the minor characters, the minor characters near Sakura. So this week, the minor characters near Sakura, and then let's see. So, okay. Tokushu, feature, newspaper, special edition report. Total entire overall. Feature of a new, so the Tokuju, let's see, special plus gathering meeting makes a feature or special edition. And then so the whole special edition or something. Find the grammar of it's probably just a word that's not in the dictionary though. This week is a special feature on Sakura's everyday characters near. I don't think it's supposed to be accessories. I don't know, it could be accessories, I don't know, with this show. This week we're doing special feature on Sakura's familiar little items or among, okay. So Tokushu, special feature, comprehensive coverage. So Toshuku means special feature, and then the So means total or general or comprehensive. So comprehensive special feature might be the best way to think of it. So Tokuji. Okay, so Konshu wa Sakura no Michikana Komono no So Tokushu ya. Konshu wa Sakura no Michikana Komono no So Takuju. Okay, Tokuju. Komono, okay. Konshu wa Sakura no Michikana Komono no So Tokuju ya. See, yeah, this is from Chikai or near. but because of the tinted one becomes Jika, from Chika to Jika.
今週はさくらの身近な小物の総特集や。どんなもんが出てきたかみんな覚えとるか？
どんなもんが出てきたか? So what kind of things will show? Essentially, some dete, so come out or appear, and kita because you're basically talking it like it's like coming towards you. It's being the answer's coming, information's coming towards you, so you use a coming towards you kind of word. So appear, okay, then minna oshie toru ka. This is from oshiete oru, which it's contracted to oshie toru. So, what type of things will everyone teach? So, or what will everyone teach? Let's see how accurately I got that. Does everyone remember what came out? What? Does everyone remember what kinds of items were featured? Maybe it'll translate better if I put this mina on another line. Yeah, Donamon ga dete kita. What kind of items have been released? Does everyone remember? Oh, I have that word.
身近な小物の総特集や。
Oh, that's right. It's not Oshiete, this is Oboeru to memorize. Okay. Oshiete. Yeah, that's the kanji for Oshiete. Oshieru. That's Oboeru. So, Donamon ga dete kita ka mina oboetoru ka? Why is kita? I figured it's directionality, but why are they choosing to use directionality? Why is kita used here? Used in... to emphasize the directionality of the action towards the speaker. Specifically, it indicates something has appeared, emerged, or turned up in front of the listener speaker. It is not used here to mean physical travel, but rather the arrival or presentation of the item in question. Key nuance: directionality implies the subject came towards the speaker's space or perspective. It highlights the result of an action, something that has come to be rather present. Colloquial emphasis: in casual speech, kita often has a sense of surprise, realization, or emphasis on the fact that the thing has now arrived or been revealed. So, Donamon ga dete kita ka? Mina 覚えとるか？
入れてレッツラゴー。今週はさくらの身近な小物の総特集や。どんなもんが出てきたかみんな覚えとるか？さくらの目覚まし時計。
Okay, so they actually are talking about like small items. Okay. When they're saying kimono here. Sakura no 目を
るか？さくらの目覚まし時計。
Sakura no mezamashi toke. Toke or it's clock. Mezamashi alarm clock. Mezamashi toke. So yeah, this is from a boy, dude. Where? Okay, let's see. In this, where is Mezamashi from? I know that's I, but why is like to memorize there? Mezamashi Doke. Oh yeah, that's right. It's toke by itself and doke when it's part of a word. What is the Zama from? Comes from the verb samasu, which means to wake up. Or to wake someone up, to clear one's mind or eye. Okay, samasu. To, let's see, transitive. To awaken, to arouse from sleep. To bring to one's senses. So, samashi would be its noun form. And then me is like I awaken. I awaken clock. Okay, that makes a little more sense. So, Sakura no mezamashi doke.
さくらの目覚まし時計。鏡に電気スタンドに人覚まし時計。鏡に電気スタンドに人形。覚まし時計。鏡に
鏡に、鏡に、電気、スタンドに、鏡に、電気スタンドに、人形。So 人形 is doll. Denki stendo, I assume is that that mirror thing? I guess there's a built-in light in it. Why is everything being connected with ni though? Ningyo desk lamp. So yeah, Denki stando. Okay, so they're referring to this ball thing right here, desk lamp. Okay, and Kagami. Mirror looking glass. Barrel head, okay, so mirror. So Kagami is a mirror. So a mirror, a desk lamp, and a doll. Why is me separating ni is used in the phrase blood to indicate location or existence for multiple items, multiple locations. When listing several places where something exists or is placed, ni is repeated for each item. Place A, ni, place B, ni object, okay. Existence marker. Unlike wo, which marks a direct object for the transitive verbs, ni marks where the subject is located or where an object is placed when using the verbs of existence like aru for inanimate objects or iru for animate beings. I thought you used wo on that when talking about that. Wait, iru is considered iru. Try to get the right iru. Yeah, this intransitive and aru. Intransitive. Oh, yeah, so you technically can't use wo because it's an intransitive anyway. So essentially, he's not saying aru, but that would be what's on the end of the sentence. So it's basically he's saying kagami ni denki stando ni nigyo ni aru. In other words, she has a mirror, a desk lamp, and a doll. 鏡に電気スタンドに人形。
さくらの目覚まし時計。鏡に電気スタンドに人形。さくらのハムスタースリッパ。目覚まし時計。鏡に電気スタンドに人形。さくら。
See, さくらのハムスタスリッパ。
兄ちゃんは猫でお父はんは猿なんやか。さくらの目覚まし時計。鏡に電気スタンドに人形。さくらのハムスタースリッパ。
Oh, sleeper. Okay, sleeper. Okay. Sakura no hamusta. Oh, hamster. Okay, so Sakura's hamster slipper. Sakura no hamusta sleeper.
目覚まし時計。鏡に電気スタンドに人形。さくらのハムスタースリッパ。ちなみに兄ちゃんは猫でお父はんは猿なんや。ライヤーに串。鏡に電気スタンドに人形。さくらのハムスタースリッパ。ちなみに兄ちゃんは猫で
ちなみにsee, 兄ちゃん。ちなみに兄ちゃんは猫でお父さんはsomething なんや。
さくらのハムスタースリッパ。ちなみに兄ちゃんは猫でお父はんは猿なんや。でお弁当。さくらのハムスタースリッパ。ちなみに兄ちゃんは猫でお父はんは猿なんや。スリッパ。ちなみに兄ちゃんは猫で
ちなみに兄ちゃんはちなみ by the way, in this connection, incidentally, so ちなみに so with incidentally, essentially. So let's see, where does the base word come from? Association link. So with association, or aka by the way, ちなみに兄ちゃんは猫でお父さんは猿。Okay, 猿なんや。Oh, this de is the connected form of da. So, by the way, brothers is a neko, and in other words, her brother uses a neko slipper, and her father uses a monkey slipper. Or you could say it as her brother has a neko and her father has a monkey slipper, with slipper coming from context from the previous sentence. So, ちなみに兄ちゃんは猫でお父さんは猿。Okay, 猿なんや。ちなみに兄ちゃんは猫でお父さんは猿なんや。
スタンドに人形。 さくらのハムスタースリッパ。ちなみに兄ちゃんは猫でお父はんは猿なんや。さくらのドライヤーに櫛。兄ちゃんは猫でお父はんは猿なんや。さくらのドライヤーに櫛。
Sakura no doraya ni kushi. Wait, I've heard this called a burashi, but I've never heard it called a kushi before. Comb. Oh, kushi's comb while burashi is brush. Okay. Though the picture being shown, that's not a comb, that's a brush, though. So kushi, comb. So Sakura no doraya, dryer, hair dryer. So Sakura no doraya ni kushi. Sakura no doraya ni kushi.
猿なんや。さくらのドライヤーに櫛。で、お弁当箱に箸入れや。
で、お弁当箱、お弁当箱に箸入れや。Oh, okay, so bento box and chopstick holders. Chopstick holders and lunchbox. Okay, yeah.
兄ちゃんは猫でお父はんは猿なんや。さくらのドライヤーに櫛。で、お弁当箱に箸入れや。
So, で、お弁当箱に箸入れや。What does it at the beginning of this Kansai bin statement mean for particle that at the beginning functions like a sentence final particle or connected particle that conveys a strong assertion, recommendation, or persuasive tone similar to standard yo. Here, wait, that's at the ending though. This is the beginning. This is the beginning and not the end. Let's see. The de is not at the beginning of the sentence in grammatical sense, nor does it function as a sentence final particle there. The particle de in concept in functions as an assertion marker, equivalent to the standard Japanese yo, but always appears at the end of the sentence. So, let's see. Iku de, it never starts a sentence. Sentence initial de. If de appears at the very beginning of an utterance like this, it's likely to function as a conjunction so, and therefore, similar to sore de in standard Japanese. It connects the current statement to a previous context. So from that, so talking about that, and then from that, right? So and then and so, okay. So で、お弁当箱に、箸入れや。
勝るなんや。さくらのドライヤーに串。で、お弁当箱に箸入れや。今日もあるあるケロちゃんチェーや。今日もあるあるケロちゃん。
今日もあるあるケロちゃんチェック。Today's. Why is aru twice? Explain the grammar of aru from the verb aru existence. Repeated twice, it refers to Nichijou no aru. Let's see. Yeah, ari fureta common yeah, then denki goto occurrence happening. So everyday things. Everyday commonplace occurrences, okay? Here we go again, Kirita-chan check. Let's see, Kyomo. Today's also having the Kirita-chan check. Today's also having, as usual, the Kirita-chan check. Yeah, so the double aru, it implies you're not only having it, but it's something that's usual and common occurrence. So, 今日もあるある、ケロちゃんチェック。
で、お弁当箱に箸入れや。今日もあるあるケロちゃんチェック。さくらの携帯電話。チェック。さくらの携帯。
Sakura no keitai denwa, or Sakura's cell phone. And the kanji for that cell phone is... Let's see, portable, sash, electric talk. I'd say it's using tazusaeru to carry in one's hand. So Sakura no keitai denwa.
ケロちゃんチェック。さくらの携帯電話。さくらはこれをつこてともよ。チェック。さくらの携帯電話。さくらは。
Sakura wa kore o 使って The reason they have that in parentheses is because he's saying it in the Kansai Ben accent way. This is normally let's see, Skau, so it would be Skatte, but this is Kansai Ben, so he's conjugating it as Skotte, with a single T instead of a Skatte, double T, and the O versus A shift. So Sakura wa kore o skotte. So as for Sakura, she uses this, and then it continues from there.
Kero-chan, check! さくらの携帯電話。さくらはこれを使って友よと連絡取ったりするんや。
Tomoyo to
さくらの携帯電話。さくらはこれを使って友よと連絡取ったりするんや。
Renraku. Tomoyo to Renraku to Tottari Surunya. Isn't Renraku like connections? Renraku contacting. Getting in touch, communications, connections. There was some other word I remember with this kanji like this, I thought. Let's see, what was it? It will... Connection. Setsuzoku. Renketsu. Maybe that's what I was thinking. Renketsu. It's a different second kanji. But the first... Oh, and it's different. Yeah, the first kanji is the same, the second one changes. Okay. So Renraku contacting to contacting, and so when you use it's a sudo verb, so it becomes contacting when used with sudo. So totari, so things like so Sakura uses this, okay, with Tomoyo for things like contacting her. And it's things like contacting her because we're using the tari listing followed by sudo, which implies lots of actions that necessarily don't have any order with each other and is not the total comp actions. You're just listing some of them. See, Sakura uses this to keep in touch with Tomoyo and stuff. Let's see. And why? Let's see. Is this okay? Koryo's Skote supposed to be a separate clause in the beginning? Yeah, we have, it's specifically an adverbial phrase that connects directly with the main verb of renraku totari suru. In Japanese grammar, the te form is of functions primarily as a connector that links actions together within a single sentence. Oh, so this is basically what I call te form chaining, but this is an actual example of the two occurring at the same time and not one after the other. So it's being used and it's and it's doing things like and it's being used for things like contacting Tomoyo and other stuff, okay? Yeah, when you see a verb in the te form, skute, it indicates the action is incomplete and requires a following verb to finish the thought. The structure A to B creates a relationship where A is the means, method, or sequence for actions. In your sentence, using this, okay, is the method by which the subject contacts Tomoyo because the te form cannot end a sentence on its own unless used as a casual command or request, which is not the case here. I never thought of it that way. I've always described it as like the two verbs happening at the same time, but they're right in the fact that in that way it sort of is a means for something. See, it creates a single unified sentence rather than two choppy statements, okay. So, Tomoyo to Renaku to... Oh yeah, that's just want to ask, why is Totari being used with Renraku? Why is Totari being used with Renraku? The speaker is describing one example. Yeah, one example would be the tari form, but why the toru verb at all? Unlike a simple statement like Renraku will toru to contact. Wait, that means to contact? Adding tari softens the statement to mean does things like contacting or contacts, among other things. States as a okay, she contacts Moyo, okay. Gives an example, okay. Casual habitual. When combined with general explanatory ya in the phrase Renraku totari surun ya describes a general habit or routine rather than a single specific event. Okay, when combined with an explanatory nya in the phrase Renraku totari surunya describes a general habit or rather than a specific event. It paints a picture of Sakura's typical behavior. You see, she uses this thing like, okay, to keep in touch with Tomoyo. Okay. Why is toru used at all? Toru is used because Renraku wo toru is a fixed collocation set phrase in Japanese that literally means to contact, while Renraku suru to do contact is a correct and common, or Renraku wo toru carries a specific nuance of actively securing or establishing a connection metaphor. It conceptualizes communications as a physical object or link that you must actively grab or take to initiate. It emphasizes agency. It emphasizes the speaker's intensely and an effort in reaching out to someone rather than just the abstract act of communicating. The usage of toru is common with abstract nouns that involves establishing a state or record. Similar to examples: shusseki wo toru, to take attendance. Baransu wo toru, to take balance. Rizumu wo toru, to take rhythm, aka to keep beat. Okay, baransu wo toru, to take balance or to balance oneself. Shiseki wo toru, to take attendance, literally taking presence. Okay. Doesn't Renraku mean connection on its own though? Yes, Renraku literally means connection, contact, or communication on its own. However, in Japanese, many abstract nouns functions as verbal nouns that require a specific verb to turn them into an action. It means connection. It is grammatically a noun to say, to connect, to contact. You must pair it with a verb. Okay, to say to connect. Okay. So Renraku o suru, to make contact, literally to do contact. Renraku toru, to establish contact, to take contact. You cannot say Sakura contacts Tomoyo using only Renraku. You must say Sakura takes contact. Sakura does not contact. Nuance difference. Renraku suru focuses on the general act of communicating. Renraku or toru focuses on the specific act of establishing the link and getting in touch, hence taking the connection. So you'd say like communicating as Renraku wo suru, or you'd say establishing a connection or contacting as Renraku wo toru. So taking a connection versus doing a connection. In other words, connecting. Tomoyo to Renraku tottari suru nya.
チェック。さくらの携帯電話。さくらはこれをつこで友よと連絡取ったりするんや。ちゃんとワイのもあるんやで。ええやろ。
ちゃんとワイのもあるんでええやろ。そう。ちゃんと、そう。ワイのも Oh, that's right. I think no is similar to no wa, which it's basically a contraction of why no. Let's see. In the grammar of this. I think he's trying to say something like, would it be proper if I had one? Is that good? Something like that. Or would it be, let's see. Chanto, seriously, earnestly, reliably, steadily, diligently, perfectly, properly. This is Kansai bin. Let's see. In Chanto, it emphasizes that an action was done thoroughly, or that a state is secure. In this context, it asserts the speaker has securely secured or prepared the share of mine. Okay, so new. While standard Japanese also uses Chanto, this in this casual Kansai context, it adds the tone of reassurance similar to "Don't worry, I've got it handled," or "It's all there, alright." Casual conversation. In casual, it is the casual equivalent of Kichanto, which is more formal. Kichanto. I think it's making things up. Yes, it's making things up. Okay. I don't need. Okay. Okay. How is Nomo being? Why is Nomo being used? Yeah, because it's already a noun, so we don't need to normalize it. Normalize, okay. The context no access normalizer specific, okay, it turns the preceding pronoun y into a noun phrase meaning mine or my one. Oh, this is probably short for why no mono. So why no is probably short for Oh, that's right, that thing you can do with no. If you just want to imply like ownership without really saying the noun, you can just have something like why no. So you're not saying I's, you're saying mine's. But you could think of it like as short for why no mono. Chanto why no mo aru yare e yaro. That's cool. That's good, right? Or that's cool, right? Let's see. Now, how are they using Chanto here? Is Chanto an interjection, or does it apply to something? Fukushi. Let's see. Aru. It is applying to Aru. It exists properly or securely. It emphasizes that the item isn't just there by accident. It has been properly secured or prepared as it should be. So it's sort of like I have one as well as expected kind of thing. So I properly have one. Okay, so chanto why no mo arun ya de e yaro.
さくらの携帯電話。さくらはこれを使って友よと連絡取ったりするんや。ちゃんとワイのもあるんやで。ええやろ。そろそろしまいの時間や。
そろそろしまいの時間や。So let's see, shimai. Oh, end time. It's near the time to end. Yeah, it's from shimau to end. Shimai. That's the noun form. It's about time to wrap things up. Okay, yeah. So before long, it's the end time, or in other words, it's nearly time to end. Okay. So, soro shimai no jikan ya.
のもあるんやで。ええやろ。そろそろしまいの時間や。今回紹介したのはほんの一部やで。これからまだまだ行さん出てくる。そろそろしまいの時間や。今回紹介したのはほんの一部やで。そろそろしまいの時間や。今回紹介したのは
紹介したのは so今回 this time have introduced Honno no Ichibuya Honno
そろそろしまいの時間や。今回紹介したのはほんの一部やで。
Ichibuya de. So, yeah, introduction, and this is like have introduced. Okay, Honno, only just merely slight Ichibu, one part one portion, one section. What? Let's see, Hono is considered a pre-noun. So a mere one part. So this time, as for what I've introduced, it's only a mere one part. So 今回紹介したのはほんの一分野で。
そろそろしまいの時間や。今回紹介したんはほんの一部やで。これからまだまだぎょうさん出てくるさかい。紹介したんはほんの一部やで。これからまだまだぎょうさん出てくるさかい。そろそろしまいの時間や。今回紹介したんはほんの一部やで。これから
まだまだぎょうさんで出てくる世界。So from there, a long way to go. Something appearing. Gyosan. Plenty. Oh yeah, abundance. So there's a lot. Gyosan, a lot of abundant, many things. Now this comes from Gyo, which is aogu. To look up, to ose, order, one superior. Let's see. Osha, to say, to speak, to tell. Okay. Okay, from Gyogyoshi, exaggerated, bombastic, highly colored. So in other words, has this abundant sort of meaning. So an abundance to come out. So from there, we still have a long way to go. A long way to go, and then there's a lot more things to come, and then from that statement. Okay, so there's still plenty more to come, is how it's translated. So this is a fukushi or adverb, mara. So there's still more. So there's much more to appear, yeah. これからまだまだ gyosan dete kurun sakai. So from that, there, there's still more to a. There's still more. Okay. There's many things still more to appear. Sakai. Okay.
そろそろしまいの時間や。今回紹介したのはほんの一部やで。
これからまだまだ行さん出てくるさかい。
これからまだまだ行さん出てくるさかい、バトルコスチュームと合わせて楽しみに待っとってや。出てくるさかい、バトルコスチュームと合わせて楽し
バトルコスチュームと
みに待っとってや。バトルコスチュームと合わせて楽しみ。
合わせて in all total collectively. Oh, they're using a different kanji though. Let's see. So with the battle costume, and then Tanoshimi ni Matote. So this is from Mateote. So it's waiting to have fun, in a continuous state of waiting. And for what purpose? The purpose of having fun. Tanoshimi ni. Let's see. Explain the grammar of see. Motote, contracted casual of mateite, which is the te form of mateiru, okay. Okay, but they didn't explain the... Why the kanji in... Why the kanji in awasete? Oh, here it is, okay. Oh, it's a key connection, okay. Noun A plus to plus awasete together along with in addition to. It indicates that the action waiting and looking forward applies to both the implied subject, e.g. new song, game release event, okay, and okay. Okay, no, that's not how it's being used. I think it's supposed to imply that both Kiro-chan and the audience has to are along together or doing something together. So, in order to suggest a bundled experience, the listener shouldn't just wait for the main event. Okay. Wait, let me see those words again. So, bato costume to awasete tanoshimi ni matote ya. See, awasete. See. Awaseru. Transitive. Ichidan verb. Okay. To join together. Let's see. Is Owaseru its own word, or is it just the causative form of au? See, Awaseru is primarily the causative form of au, meaning to make a match or to adjust. However, it has evolved into a standalone independent transitive verb with a specific meaning that differs from the simple causative make happen. In the original, it is formed from the intransitive verb aru, to fit, to match, using the causative suffix, aseru, independent usage. In modern Japanese, awaseru functions as a distinct transitive verb meaning to combine, to tune, to match, to adapt, rather than to just cause to match. Related form awasu is also a transitive form of au and is largely interchangeable with awaseru, although awaseru is more common in contemporary usage. Wait, so does that mean anything different though? As a distinct transitive verb meaning to combine. Yeah, cause to match. Yeah, to match. Still plenty more to come, so look forward to them along with battle costumes. Okay, Tanoshimi ni mototte ya. Stay tuned. Wait, that means continuously waiting for fun. I guess stay tuned. For an idol group is releasing a new song and a new stage, Alfred producer might say to the fans, "Enjoy this song," and along with looking forward to the battle cost. Okay, let's see. Why the kanji in awasete? Instead, the more common one, is it deliberate and changes the nuance of the sentence. While both awaseru and awaseru are read as awaseru mean to put together, they visualize the action differently. Hei or awa implies the existence of side by side or in parallel without losing their individual identity. Imagine two distinct items placed next to each other, A plus B, nuance, along with or in addition to that. Simultaneously in your sentence. Okay. The battle costume and the main event, the song, the song or game update are two separate things to be enjoyed together. They remain distinct. You aren't mixing them into a blur. You are anticipating both equally. Let's see. The other kanji implies fitting together, matching, or merging into one. Okay. Find the grammar of let's see. To awasete along with, together with, tanoshimi ni matotte. This is a compound dialect for standard to wait with anticipation, to look forward to. So what is bato costume with, since awasete implies two things together. The phrase battle costume, okay, battle costume to awashete means along with the battle costume, the speaker is telling the audience to look forward to both the upcoming new content and the battle costumes. But when do you say the other stuff? Where does he mention the other content in that sentence? Let's see. In this sentence, the other content is mentioned in the phrase mada mada gyo-san dete kuru. So in total, there's still plenty more to come, so look forward to them along with battle costumes. Let's see, Tanoshimi. Look forward to it, or in other words, wait with fun. Okay, so it's a reference to what was before the Sekai. So, これからまだまだ行さん出てくる世界、バトルコスチュームと合わせて楽しみに待っとってや。Yeah, so バトルコスチュームと 合わせて楽しみにまとってバトコスチュームと合わせて楽しみにまとってや。
まだまだぎょうさん出てくるさかい、バトルコスチュームと合わせて楽しみに待っとってや。ほなな。どうしてテストの本番ってあんなにどうしてテストの本番どうしてテ
どうしてテストの
ストの本番って
本番
合わせて楽しみに待っとってや。ほなな。まだぎょうさん出てくるさかい、バトルコスチュームと合わせて楽しみに待っとってや。ほなな。
Came way too early.
そろそろしまいの時間や。渋谷でこれからまだまだぎょうさんちゃんとワイのもあるんやで。やろそろそろしまいの時間のもあるんやで。やろそろそろしまいのちゃんとワイのもあるんやで。やろそろそろしまいの時間や。今回紹介したんはほんの一部やで。これからまだまだぎょうさん出てくるさかい、バトルコスチュームと合わせて楽しみに待っとってや。ほなな。どうしてテストの本番どうして
どうしてテストの本番 performance, so origin and then ban. Okay, this comes from number 1 in book origin true. Let's see. Why are you doing test performance? What? どうしてテストの本番版って本番って Why is it that on the actual day of the test? How do you get that? Performance as opposed to practice, going before an audience on air. Okay, so it's not so much performance in the ability sense, it's performance as in the actual performance that you actually end up doing. Doste testo no honban te. Okay. Which sute? Okay. And which sute is this? Casual topic marker. Okay, that's what I was どうしてテストの本番って
どうしてテストの本番ってあんなに緊張しちゃうのかな。どうしてテストの本番ってあんなに緊張しちゃうのかな。
See, I probably should have them both together. See, let's see, あなたに緊張しちゃうのかな。So 緊張 tension, strain, nervousness, stress. Tonus, muscle tone. So Kincho, that comes from tense, solid, hard, reliable, and counter for bows, string instruments. He stretch, spread, put up, tint. So tension. Let's see. So tension. Oh, this is from Kincho Shite Shimau, but this is collapsed down to Kincho Shichau. So end up doing nervousness essentially. So why is it you end up uh you end up being why do you end up being nervous on your or do you end up being nervous on the day on your test performance? Let's see. In other words, why are you nervous when you're taking a test? See, why do I get so nervous during actual test? Let's see. If there's no dose there, it'd be why is the dose here in unlike former nausea, dose carries a strong subjective emotional puzzle tone, fitting the reflective and slightly distressed mood of the sentence. It translates effectively to why, which is why is it that I get nervous during the actual test, or how come? While dose can sometimes ambiguously ask for a method, how something was done. In this context, it is ambiguously asking for the reason or why the speaker feels that way, similar to Nande. So, どうしてテストの半番どうしてテストの半番って Oh, that's not Anata, that's Anna. So that kind of thing. So that kind of ended up being nervousness. Okay, so どうしてテストの半番ってあんなに緊張しちゃうのかな? Yeah, no かな. Okay, so あんなに緊張しちゃうのかな。
どうしてテストの本番ってあんなに緊張しちゃうのかな。あれ、なんでみんな笛の練習してるの？なんで今日もどうしてテストの本番ってあんなに緊張しちゃうのかな。
あれなんでみんな
笛の練習
練習してるの？See, 練習 practice training drill exercise workout 練習してる so everyone's training. Okay, and what's this Mina for? Like flute, pipe, recorder, whistle. So training whistle. So continuously using the training whistles. Audio, huh? What reason is everyone using the training whistle? Let's see. Explain the grammar. Let's see. So, fue no renshu shiteru no are practicing the flute. Oh, in this case, it means, I guess, flute is what it's being for. So why is what reason is everyone practicing the flute? Are nande mina fue no renshu shiteru no?
緊張しちゃうのかな。あれ、なんでみんな笛の練習してるの？なんで今日も笛のテストなの？みんな笛の練習してるの？
ほえ、なんで、今日も笛のテストなの？Uh, what reason is today also the flute test? So I wonder if there's a translation issue going on here. Unless our test actually is a test in music class. Hoe nande kyo mo fue no testo nano. In this, is this literally a flute test? Or is this an idiom? For the phrase fue no testo, in this context is literally a test about a flute, the musical instrument, not a common idiom. The literal word fue translates roughly to flute or whistle. In Japanese education, students learn kanjis and words for flute as in the 3rd grade, and it is a standard vocabulary item. While fue can metaphorically refer to the sound or shape of a flute, it does not form a fixed idiomatic phrase for test in general slang. It must be a flute test then. So, hoe nande kyo mo fue no testo nano?
なんでみんな笛の練習してるの？なんで今日も笛のテストなの？テストって昨日終わったんじゃなかったっ
け？testo te kino o watan janakata take. So if you remember that suke at the end is how you imply that is something is how you remember it. So testote, or as for the test, see, kino yesterday. So let's see, owatan was finished, and then janakata. Let's see. So let's see, when you use ja or dewa, you're not talking about the existence of something. You're talking about the identification of something. So so was that not the flute test yesterday? So testote kino owatan janakatan janakatake yeah. Testote kino owatan janakatake. It's a tongue twister. Yeah, they use a lot of double consonants. I'm actually surprised that that's the casual way to say things using double consonants so much. I guess if you grow up using it.
なんで今日も笛のテストなの？テストって昨日終わったんじゃなかったっけ？テストって昨日終わったんじゃな…なんで今日も笛のテストなの？テストって昨日終わったんじゃなかったっけ？昨日終わったんじゃなかったっけ？テストって昨日終わったんじゃなかったっけ？昨日終わったんじゃな…なんで今日も笛のテストなの？テストって昨日終わったんじゃなかったっけ？
Testote kino owatan janakatake. Or so yeah, so well, wasn't that the wasn't that the test yesterday? Well, I thought that was the test yesterday. Let's see, the translator translates it as, didn't the test end yesterday? Okay, yeah, didn't we finish the test yesterday is probably another way of saying it.
カードキャプターさくら、さくらの終わらない一日。
Sakura no owaranai ichinichi. So owara. See, owaru is to end, so owaranai to not end. And ichinichi, one day. Sakura's not ending day. See, Sakura no owaranai ichinichi. It's the wrong Sakura. Oh, Sakura. There you go. A day that never ends for Sakura. Let's see. Ichinichi by itself has the nuance of... Let's see. In Sakura no Owara nai Ichinichi. What does Ichinichi mean? Because quite literally it's like just one day. But why are they intentionally saying it as Ichinichi? One day or a whole day. The modifier Owaranai, meaning unending or won't end, transforms the concept of a single day into a timeless state. It suggests a day where the... Okay. Distinction. This is different from Aruhi, which means one day, in the narrative sense of a certain day or once upon a time. Here, Ichinichi functions as now representing duration or quality of the day itself. Okay. So when they say Ichinichi, they're trying to refer it to as the quality of the 24 hours, unending 24 hours, essentially. They want to talk about the quantity of time and not... So Sakura no Owara nai Ichinichi.
じゃなかったっけ。カードキャプターさくら、さくらの終わらない一日。次回もさくらと一緒にレディーと一緒。
はい。次回も桜と一緒にレリース or next time with Sakura's release.
さくらの終わらない一日。次回もさくらと一緒にレディー
One moment.
笛の練習してるの？終わらない一日。次回もさくらと一緒にレディー
質問がありますか? Are there any questions? If there's no questions, I want to see who to raid. Okay. Let's see who we're gonna raid. Alright, the first raid is gonna go to Kaz Nihongo JLPT, who's doing a background music with a Japanese studies stream. Okay, the second person we're gonna raid is Carstar X, whose native language is Japanese and he's learning English. Oh, actually, I think he just left himself in the category. Let's find someone who's actually studying Japanese. Okay. Also want to draw in some manga. We're gonna raid Hone Koa, who's drawing manga. Okay, and the third raid is going to go to the third raid. We're gonna raid Joey Cannoli, who's playing Mortal Kombat. Okay, 皆さんお気をつけて。また明日。Goodbye everyone. See you tomorrow.